Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode number 13 of my Jim Lowry Road to the Show series here on MLB 15 The Show. And today we are completing the 2015 regular season. We are into the off season, and as you can see, the Athletics defeated the Dodgers in the World Series. You can take a look at some of our final stats. 24 major league starts to end off our first career professional season. We end up going 11-7, a 3.74 ERA. You can take a look at how Jim Lowry's progressed. His overall went up 24 points this year. That is a huge improvement. If we went up to another 24 points next year, it would be a 99 overall. So anyway, we end up getting a contract offer from the Baltimore Orioles, $517,000. Still making pretty close to the league minimum. But anyway, Jim Lowry had a pretty nice offseason. He spent his days out in California doing what he loves to do most, and that is riding his bike. He does enjoy staying in shape, building up some leg muscle, and he also went out to LA to train with former Orioles pitching coach Leo Mazzone, and Mazzone actually helped him develop a new two-seam fastball. But Lowry spent most of his days, you know, on his bike, riding around the streets of Los Angeles, riding on the beaches, building up that leg muscle that, you know, you really need to be a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. And so it was a really great time for Lowry. It was pretty much the first time in his life he's been out on his own with little to no responsibilities outside of his daily workouts. But we got to remember, he's only 19 years old, and he still has the tendency to make some bad decisions, and he unfortunately developed a bit of a weed smoking habit. And it got to him a little bit, but, you know, for the most part, as you can see, Lowry just zooming up and down the hills of Los Angeles, and, you know, this was one of his favorite routes to, ride in the offseason, was all the way up to the observatory here at the top of Los Angeles, and get a good look at the view. And as you can see, he's really sprinting up and down these hills, really looking like he's in good shape. But as you're going to see, this little weed smoking habit of his ended up having a bit of a negative effect on his appearance. He developed a little bit of acne there. Not so glamorous, but anyway, we return now to MLB 15 The Show as we are ready for spring training, and as you can see, a big offseason addition. The Orioles picked up Johnny Cueto, so that's going to bolster this rotation, and it's going to be a solid 1-2-3 coming up with Cueto, Kevin Gausman, and Jim Lowry. It's going to be quite the 1-2-3 punch once Gausman and Lowry start developing. We also picked up Jeurys Familia from the Mets, but we ended up losing Matt Wieters. Matt Wieters signed with the Mets, and we also picked up from that Jeurys Familia trade. We also picked up Kevin Plawecki, so I'm not sure who he gave up in that trade. But anyway, Wieters signed with the Mets. J.J. Hardy signed with the Cardinals. But other than that, we're bringing back pretty much the same group. Not too big of a roster change or anything like that. And also, a lot of that hard work paid off. We got some extra training points, and like I said, we were able to work on that two-seam fastball with, former Orioles legendary pitching coach Leo Mazzone, or Mazzone. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but anyway, we were working on that two-seamer. Pretty much for the most part, spent most of our, extra training points that we got from those off-season workouts on it. And now we have come to the end of spring training. We're ready to jump into the regular season here in just a second. As you can see, I decided not to do any spring training. But anyway, another big thing for Lowry is he inked a deal with Nike this offseason, so he is going to be wearing exclusively Nike Garner from now on. So a big contract, and that is how he was able to afford that new bike, was signing that big deal with Nike. So as you can see, he got a 1-year contract extension in the offseason being highlighted here. Before his first start in 2016, we are at Fenway Park ready for some Orioles versus Red Sox action here. A little Saturday evening affair between two AL East Division foes. So we're getting this game started. Bottom one, Mookie Betts behind in the count 1-2. He's going to hit this one back up the middle for a base hit just under the glove of the diving Ray Navarro there, the new shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles. No J.J. Hardy, and I think I said he signed in St. Louis. I should have said he was traded to St. Louis, as he was under contract. But anyway, Jemiah Weeks up next. Weeks is going to rep this one into right field for a base hit, so the first two guys get on for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the first inning, and the Orioles rocking the white pants on the road, of course. I'm not really sure why this game does that to them, but now two batters later with one out in the inning. Hanley Ramirez up. He's going to ground this one to the shortstop. They go to second for one on to first. In time, a nice scoop by Chris Davis, the first baseman, to handle the low throw there, and that would retire the side. So Lowry works out of the jam. Now 0-2 pitch to Xander Bogaerts. He's going to ground this one to the third baseman, Machado, to second for one on to first, and it's another double play, the second in the game already, this time of the 5-4-3 variety. And that would get the first two outs of the inning for Lowry. So the next batter is going to be Rusney Castillo. The first pitch of the AB to Castillo. He's going to take this one to deep right field. That ball is back, hooking around the pole, and gone. A solo home run for the Cuban import, Rusney Castillo. And that's going to make it a 1-1 ball game now, as the Red Sox tie it up. And you can see Lowry rocking his new jersey number right there. He ended up getting a full-time jersey number now, number 3 for his second professional season. Now, obviously, he won at 33, but that was retired for Eddie Murphy, former Oriole legend. But as you can see, the first strikeout of the season for Lowry, it's going to come in the changeup right there to Jeremiah Weeks. So we've got K counter number 1 on the evening. And here is Hanley Ramirez. He's going to end up walking there. So our first walk issued now. 2 men on with 2 men out for Rusnik Castillo. 3-1 Kennedy rips one into right, but it's right to the right fielder Travis Schneider there, who will make the play, and that will retire the side. Lowry gets out of the inning. We've got a 5-1 lead right now. 3-2 count to Ryan Hannigan, and Hannigan's going to break his bat here. And look at the athleticism from Lowry getting off the mound, making the nice catch, avoiding the sheared part of the bat right there from Hannigan. Take a look at the replays. That one shatters his bat right there. But a nice catch by Lowry, now with a man on and 1 man out for Alan Craig in the 6th. He's going to ground this one to the second baseman. Do we have another double play? Yes, we do. This time of the 4-6-3 variety. And that will retire the side, the third double play of the evening. Now we're on to the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 count to Xander Bogaerts. He's going to hit this one high and deep to left field. This ball is back, and it is off the top of the wall, playing on the bounce by David Lowe. He'll get it into the cutoff man, but it's a leadoff double for the X-Man. And now 2 batters later with Xander on third, Mike Napoli up. He's going to hit this one back up the middle for a base hit. That will drive home Bogaerts, and that's going to make it a 5-2 ball game now, as Napoli cuts into the Orioles lead here with the RBI base knock. Next batter is going to be Ryan Hannigan, the 2-2 count. Hannigan's going to ground this one to the second baseman. Can we get a 4th double play ball? Yes, we can. The infield defense has been spectacular so far, really helping out Lowry as they have collected some extra outs for him so far tonight. And now Mookie Betts up to lead things off in the bottom of the 8th. He's going to go down on 3 pitches right there on the slider, down and away. A filthy wipeout slider from Lowry there for the second strikeout of the evening. Take a look at the replay. Betts will just flail at this one. And he ends up almost checking his swing. Looks like he might have actually held up there. But whatever, we will take the benefit of the doubt on the call right there. So bottom 8 now, 108 pitches for Lowry. Pablo Sandoval up. Sandoval to deep right field. And this ball is gonzo. So the second home run of the day allowed by Lowry at 108 pitches. Surprised they were leaving him in. But he would not be in for so long, as that would do it. Showalter would come out and grab his young starter. So his first start of 2016 would be done. And his final line would read as follows: 7 2/3, 10 hits, 3 runs, only 2 strikeouts and a walk. But he picks up the win as the Orioles defeat the Red Sox 5-3 and pick up their second win of the season. So you can take another look at the final stat line right there. And now we are ready to get into our second start of the season, going up against Toronto. And this was pretty interesting because we didn't end up making our second start till the 13th game of the season. So apparently we got skipped over for a couple days. I don't really know what that was about. But, you know, Jim Lowry wasn't too happy about that. He was going to show his manager that, we should not have been skipped here. Coming out early, looking strong with a 2-seamer high there that gets Devin Travis to strike out for the first strikeout of the afternoon. Here we got a little Sunday afternoon baseball action here, pitching on a full 7 days rest. So Encarnacion would be the next batter up. He's going to take the fastball, strike 1, foul off for strike 2. Then the 0-2, swung on and missed on the slider. A beautiful slider from Lowry. He's got 2 strikeouts in the first inning, and it's a 1-2-3 first for the young right-hander. Now with 2 men on here for Deandre Navarro, 0-2 count. Navarro, do we have another double play? Yes, we do. And this is starting to become a weapon for Lowry. He has been becoming really good at inducing these ground balls, using his off-speed stuff, his breaking stuff to induce some weak contact there. And now the next batter is going to be Russell Martin. He's going to look at the first pitch, foul off the second one, and then 0-2 count. Strike 3, swinging on the changeup, and Lowry's got his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. 6 up. 3 strikeouts so far. I should say 6 down with 3 strikeouts so far. And now here is, I'm not even sure who that is. It might be Justin Smoke. But anyway, he grounds out there. Nice play by Lowry to get off the mound and make the throw to first. So that will be out number 1. Now we're into the top of the 4th. 2-2 count to Edwin Encarnacion. He's going to ground this, and actually not going to be a double play there as the runner was put in motion, maybe to avoid just that. So another double play ball, but no double play. Now Jose Bautista up. He's going to go down on the slider. That's going to be the second out of the inning. So 2 down now in the 4th, and we would get out of the 4th. You can take a look at the replay. Beautiful wipeout slider here. Bautista completely fooled on the pitch as he went chasing out of the zone. So we're into the top of the 5th now. Navarro up 1-2 count. He's going to go down swinging, the 5th strikeout of the afternoon for Lowry. He's looking really good right now as he gets Navarro, who's completely fooled again on the slider. That's got to be the 3rd strikeout on the slider already this game. Now Encarnacion up. He's already struck out once. He's going to go down again. Beautiful changeup, pinpoint accuracy right there. Strikeout number 6 for Lowry. Now we're into the top of the 7th. Russell Martin up with already a man on. That's going to go back up the middle for a base hit into center field. And that would do it for Jim Lowry. Buck Showalter would come out and get his young starter after he allows a couple base hits here in the top of the 7th. So maybe Lowry's best start as a major leaguer so far, though. I mean, really impressive stuff. 6 2/3, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and Lowry moves to 2-0 on the season as the Blue Jays end up taking the loss. The Orioles get the win, and Lowry is your player of the game. First time we've had one of these in a while, as it is looking like it might be a breakout season for Big Jim here. He's looking like he's gotten over his pot smoking habit. It looks like he has, really kicked it up with his offseason workouts, and it's all paying off right now as he is looking filthy to start out the season. So anyway, we are closing in on the end of this episode. That is going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Those I'm out. Peace.